In today's video, I'm going to be discussing how much Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, and SSI will get now. That's the focus of this video. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. All right, now, as I mentioned, I will be specifically focusing on all the fixed income beneficiaries I just mentioned a few seconds ago, which encompasses well over 70 million beneficiaries who do rely on these monthly checks. Now, I do want to talk about some new information that was just released talking about raising your monthly benefits and how much this increase would actually translate into in real dollars in your bank account, real dollars in your pocket that you can spend on your lifestyle and your livelihood. That's what I want to focus on here in this video, because at the end of the day, we all want to know how much more money can we possibly get. Now, here's the thing. Social Security benefits have been falling way behind over the last couple of years here because of rapidly rising inflation. Now, I'd be really curious. If you're interested in sharing, leave a comment down below. I'd like to hear from you. Do you think this is true? Do you think that the last couple of years here have been really tough, especially on the low income and fixed income beneficiaries, or is that something that's not very true? Now, here's the thing. I've read so many reports over the last couple of years. I can't even tell you how many reports, surveys, studies, all kinds of things that I've read showing, hey, fixed income beneficiaries have really fallen behind over the last couple of years because inflation has eroded the purchasing power of your monthly benefits. And what have they done to keep up? Nothing. Not really anything, right? Well, obviously, we can say, well, we got a 5.9% COLA a couple years ago, we got 8.7% last year, and we got 3.2% this year. That should keep up with real inflation, right? I don't think so, right? In fact, I just read another report a couple days ago showing that 66% of Social Security beneficiaries responded to a recent survey and said, I'm sorry, the COLAs over the last couple of years have not kept up with real inflation. But I'm just curious, because many of you here in the community do receive fixed income benefits. Again, those that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'd be very interested to hear from you directly, if you want, down below in the comment section. Do you think this is true, or is that all just made up, that they made up with these surveys and studies and stuff like this? And again, I'm just curious to see what you have to say. But remember, it all comes down to inflation. Now, again, I know we feel like, okay, we're so sick of hearing about inflation. I agree. It's one of these things that, like, we shouldn't have to talk about, right? They basically brought massive inflation on because they printed $6 trillion over the course of a 1-year period of time, which, by the way, that was 22% of the money supply of United States dollars they printed in 12 months. So no wonder why we had so much inflation. By the way, no, that was not caused from stimulus checks. Maybe a teeny tiny percentage of it, but not really. The majority of that inflation had nothing to do with the stimulus checks. It was mostly all of the other trillions of dollars they printed above and beyond what they actually distributed in the form of stimulus checks. But I am not talking about that here in this video. That is a totally another topic. We can focus on it in a separate video. If you'd like me to, I can talk about all those details. But here's what I want to do. I want to talk about some recent projections and some recent information that was released talking about your monthly benefit and how much you would actually get based on this new information. And again, I'm going to give you real dollars on this stuff rather than just some percentages and things like this. I want to give you real dollars as far as your benefit and how much this would translate into, which, by the way, really fast before we get into those numbers, make sure to subscribe down below. If you haven't done so yet, I'm here for you every single day. Do yourself a huge favor. Subscribe down below. There's the big subscribe button down there. And again, I'm doing all the research. I'm breaking it all down for you here in these videos. You don't need to do the research. I'm watching it all closely. I have a lot of different headlines, different news sources, all kinds of things that are going on my phones. And again, I'm watching it all closely and doing all the research for you and bringing it to you in these short videos every single day. Also, feel free to share this video with your friends on my social media. Again, big share button down below as well. Again, thank you so much. Please subscribe and let's talk through the details about this. All right, so the most recent projections are coming in, talking about how much benefits may be increasing as a result of this upcoming COLA. Now, again, I'm going to be real with you, okay? The next COLA announcement is still several months away. In fact, Social Security announces the COLAs in October. That's a long time from now, okay? However, we want to continue watching the details about this because, believe it or not, the landscape has changed a little bit. Inflation has been ticking up again a little bit as the last few months here. Now, this is going to translate into a higher raise to beneficiaries. So let me tell you what they're now saying. They're now projecting a 1.7% COLA for 2025. I know, that's pathetic, right? I totally agree with you. However, a few months ago, they came out and were projecting 1.4%. So we've gone up another 0.3%. So depends on how you look at it. That could be a good thing for beneficiaries, but it also means that we're paying more for, everything because inflation is a little bit higher. However, here's what I want to do. I've already run all the math on this, and I want to give this to you in real dollars to show you what this would translate into if the COLA really does come in at 1.7%, okay? All right, so let's run through the numbers here, and then we'll talk more about it here in just a second, okay? So I'm going to give you some nice round numbers to work with here, and obviously I'm going to give you some nice round numbers, but some estimates, and based on those round numbers, how much the COLA would translate into with a potential 1.7%. All right, so I'll explain details here in a second, more about that. But based on a $600 monthly benefit, if a 1.7% COLA were applied to $600, that would translate into an extra $10 per month for that beneficiary. That's $120 a year. Not much, right? All right, so $700 monthly benefit, applying a potential 1.7% COLA to that would increase benefits by $12 a month for the entire year, which would be $144 for the entire year. Again, that's nothing. $800 monthly benefit, applying a potential 1.7% COLA would increase benefits by $14 a month. Yeah, again, not much. All right, a $900 monthly benefit, applying a potential 1.7% COLA would increase those benefits by $15 a month, going from $900 to $915 a month. That's not much whatsoever. Now next, SSI beneficiaries. Your maximum benefit right now is $943 a month, okay? So let's just run the math based on the 943. If you're receiving the 943 and we apply a potential 1.7% COLA to the $943 a month, that would increase your benefits by $16. Yeah, $16 a month, taking benefits from $943 up to $959 a month for SSI beneficiaries receiving the maximum. Now, a $1,000 monthly benefit. If you're receiving $1,000 a month on your Social Security benefit, then applying a potential 1.7% increase to that would increase your benefit by $17 a month. So you can clearly see right here, these raises are basically nothing, right? We could practically just call it zero because that's pretty much what it is. An extra $17 a month, an extra $16, $15, $14, $12, $10, anything like this, it's going to translate into like nothing, right? Now, don't get me wrong. We are very grateful for every single penny. I mean, at the same time, we can sit here and be like, yeah, we appreciate it. We're grateful for every single penny. I agree. But we can also be a little bit critical of these numbers because this is not really what inflation is doing, okay? I think we all can probably agree with that. I mean, I don't want to assume anything, but I think we can all probably just look at our receipts at any point and say, oh, look at that. Prices have gone up, and boom, there goes my 1.7% potential COLA, basically for the entire year, right? It would not take long to whittle away an extra $12 a month or something very, very small like that. Now, one more thing I want to point out really quickly, which is the Medicare Part B premium. Now, obviously, we don't know what that's going to come in as yet for next year of 2025, but that's another factor we need to continue to watch because remember, the last couple of years, historically, the Medicare Part B premium increase usually goes up on a percentage basis, usually about double what the COLA is. So if the COLA comes in at 1.7, we might be looking at a Medicare Part B premium increase of around 3.4 or 3.5-ish% increase. So in dollars, it does not translate the same, but on a percentage basis, it's a lot more, right? So anyway, this one I want to reach your attention now. Obviously, this would be the COLA for 2025, which is predicated on the July, August, and September inflation data. And again, as of now, that is still out there a few months, but all those pieces of data. And again, that's very important, but let's continue to watch this. And again, this is ticking up a little bit more right now, meaning inflation is running a little bit hotter, meaning we may be looking at a higher COLA for next year, 2025, than we actually originally anticipated. Now, I totally get it. This is still a long time out from now, but I always say this. I want to continue watching this. I want to know what's going on with benefits. And I'm thinking you probably do too, because at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your benefit, it's your lifestyle, it's your livelihood. So this is pretty important, I would think. I think we probably want to watch this. So either way, I hope this helps you. If you have any further questions on this, as always, please feel free to stick that down below in the comment section. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe down below. It's totally free to do so. Share the video with your friends on your social media. Again, totally free. There's a big share button down there. Otherwise, go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, including the thousands in the video library or the ones that I've hand-selected for you down below in the description or at the top of the comment section. And until next time, enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one. And I'll catch you again later.